I bought my lakeside house 10 years ago for one reason: the water. I grew up fishing with my dad, built a small carpentry business near the lake, and when I finally saved enough for a home, I picked the one with a private dock, a quiet cove, and a place to park my 24-foot cabin cruiser, Silver Gull. Back then, the HOA was practically non-existent, 3 volunteers who only reminded people to mow their lawns every once in a while. Things were peaceful, until Karen became HOA president. Her real name was Karen, but every homeowner unanimously pronounced it Karen, because she was the exact type. Constantly patrolling, looking for violations, inventing new rules, and treating the HOA newsletter like the Constitution. And she hated boats. Or, more accurately, she hated that she didn't own the waterfront property but still believed she had authority over it. 1. The letter that started everything. It was a cold morning in February when I found the envelope taped to my front door. Yes, taped, not mailed, because Karen wanted to make sure I didn't miss it. Inside was an official-looking letter stamp with the HOA logo she had redesigned herself to look more authoritative. It read, "Greater than notice of violation number 1142. You are hereby required to remove the boat, Silver Gull, from your dock within 14 days. Unapproved boat structures and vessels are prohibited under Section 8B of the HOA regulations." Section 8B did not exist before last month. I knew because I had the old handbook, and Karen had posted the updated one on the community website without ever holding a vote. I called her immediately. She answered on the second ring with her clipped, self-important tone. "Hello, Jacob. Did you receive the notice?" "Yes," I said, "and I'm not removing the boat. My property deed explicitly states I have docking rights." "Your deed is outdated," she replied. The HOA voted to centralize Marina access for aesthetic consistency. The HOA, in this case, meant Karen and her 2 friends. Aesthetic consistency. I laughed. "It's a lake, with boats, not yours," she snapped. "Remove it within 14 days or receive daily fines." I hung up. Fine. She wanted a fight. She'd get one, but not the one she was expecting. 2. The deed no one bothered to read. Most people don't read old property deeds. Mine was 61 pages. But I had read it the week I moved in, and I remembered a particular clause. Greater than the property owner retains full control of the 12-foot easement running along the waterline adjacent to the community marina. Back then, the developer intended to convert the small cove into a second community dock. They never did. Instead, the HOA built their marina slightly overlapping the easement. Technically, they were trespassing on my land. I had never cared before. Why would I? The marina was small, friendly, and used by neighbors. Until Karen started abusing it. Since becoming president, she issued permits, charged unauthorized usage fees, padlocked gates, and threatened to tow boats she considered unsightly. She even told the Thompson twins they couldn't fish off the dock without a $10 rod fee. Everyone hated it, but nobody wanted to go against her. Until now. 3. The survey that changed everything. I hired the same surveyor who originally mapped the property 20 years ago. When he finished, he shook his head. "They built a quarter of that marina on your easement." "All of it?" I asked. "Not all, but the entire access path crosses your land. They can't legally reach it without your permission." "Perfect. I had a plan." 4. Day 14. Karen arrives with her camera. On the morning my deadline expired, Karen marched down to the dock with her clipboard, phone recording, and that small dog that never stopped barking. She pointed dramatically at my boat. "Jacob, you are now officially in violation." I just smiled and handed her a folder. "What's this?" she demanded. "Proof that you've been using my easement without permission. Effective immediately. You and the HOA are trespassing." She laughed. "You can't restrict access to the community marina." "I can," I said. "Because the community marina is partially on my land." Her face turned red. "That's impossible. It's surveyed, documented, and notarized," I said. "You should have read the deed before rewriting the handbook." She sputtered like a lawn mower. "The HOA will sue you." I shrugged. "Then they'll lose." She stormed off, snapping pictures of my boat like she was building a legal case against a parked nuclear submarine. 5. The fence that ended the HOA's power trip. 2 days later, I installed a 6-foot privacy fence running along the exact border of my easement. It blocked their walkway. It blocked their marina. It blocked everything. And I added 2 signs. Greater than private property. No HOA access. Trespassers will be prosecuted. Within hours, homeowners gathered around the fence, whispering like it was a crime scene. Karen arrived last, furious. You can't do this. I already did. The marina is community property. The land under it isn't. But we've used it for years. And I allowed it. But that ended when you tried to remove my boat. She pointed at the fence. Take it down. No, I'll call the police. Go ahead. She did. The officers arrived, looked at the survey, looked at the deed, looked at the fence, and said, "Ma'am, this is his property." Karen practically vibrated with rage. 6. The HOA panic. Within 3 days, the situation exploded. Without access, the marina was useless. People couldn't reach their boats. The HOA was still charging them fees, which made them even angrier. To make matters worse, the fence also blocked the HOA's maintenance shed, which, unknown to me, was partially on my easement too. Karen held an emergency HOA meeting that I wasn't invited to. But half the neighborhood told me what happened. It went like this. Homeowner number 1. You never checked the property lines. Homeowner number 2. Why did you try to remove his boat? Homeowner number 3. Why are you charging us all these ridiculous fees? Karen. We must maintain order. His boat violated aesthetic standards. Everyone else. That's not a real rule. By the end of the meeting, 3 board members resigned. Karen refused. 7. There. Offer. The HOA sent me a formal letter. Greater than we propose that you remove the fence in exchange for elimination of all fines. Permission to keep your boat. A $200 goodwill stipend. A stipend. Like I was a toddler. I sent back my own letter. Greater than I will remove the fence only if the HOA acknowledges the easement as my property. The HOA dismantles any structure on my land. Karen resigns as president. They didn't respond for 2 weeks. During those 2 weeks, the marina sat unused, the HOA lost thousands in fees, and neighbors started openly mocking the situation. Some even hung signs that said, "Free the marina," and "Karen blocked us before, now Jacob blocked her." I didn't put those signs up, but I enjoyed them. 8. The breaking point. One night, I heard loud banging outside. When I walked out with a flashlight, I caught Karen and her friend trying to pry open a section of my fence. "Stop," I shouted. She froze like a guilty raccoon. "This is vandalism," I said. "You don't understand," she said, voice trembling. "People are turning against me. They're blaming me. They want me removed. That's because this whole thing is your fault." She dropped the crowbar and started crying. Crying. "You don't get it," she said. "Being HOA president is the only thing I'm good at." I softened for a moment. "Maybe," I said gently, "but you can't control people like this." Her shoulders sagged. "Will you at least consider removing the fence?" she asked. "I already told you the terms." She left without another word. 9. The vote that changed everything. The next week, the homeowners held a special meeting. The agenda was simple. Vote to remove Karen as HOA president. I didn't attend, but I could hear the cheering from my porch. By a unanimous vote, except for Karen herself, she was removed. The new president, a quiet retiree named Bill, visited me the next morning. "We accept your terms," he said. "All of them." "And Karen?" I asked. "She resigned. She also apologized to everyone." I nodded. "Then I'll take down the fence." "Thank you," he said. "We want peace again." 10. Taking down the fence, but adding something better. I removed the fence, but I replaced it with something else. A locked, decorative gate with greater than private easement, shared access permitted by owner. No HOA jurisdiction, only homeowners with boats received keys. The HOA did not. I also required the HOA to sign a written agreement acknowledging the easement boundary and recognizing that I had full authority over access. Bill signed it immediately. Karen didn't show up. 11. Karen's fate. I saw her once more, months later, sitting quietly on her porch. She nodded at me without anger. She had stepped away from wall life, joined a hiking group, and, according to neighbors, was much calmer now that she wasn't policing everyone. Maybe the whole ordeal humbled her. Or maybe she realized that trying to take someone's boat wasn't worth losing the whole community's respect. 12. The Marina today. It's been 6 months. The Marina is thriving again. People fish, kids kayak, neighbors talk, and everyone respects the easement agreement. My boat is still docked, freshly painted, and peaceful. Sometimes, when the sun sets, I sit on my deck, look at the calm water, and smile. Because the HOA tried to make me remove my boat. But instead, I took their easement and fenced off the entire marina. And in the end, the lake, and the community, found peace again.